Now, SummerSlam was a pretty eventful pay-per-view, eventful PLE, if that's what you like to call them, and a lot of people out there, a lot of fans out there might even call it predictable. Predictable in the fact that most of the results, most of the outcomes of each and every single match was something that a lot of fans could see coming from a mile away. And that's not necessarily wrong. That's not necessarily bad. Because as we just witnessed last night on Monday Night Raw, and just as we're about to witness on Friday Night SmackDown, the aftermath of these results, the aftermath of all of these outcomes, is what people want to see. It's what people want to see develop in the next few weeks, next few months, leading into the end of the year. So with that said, let's touch upon one of the most interesting outcomes from SummerSlam, and that also played out on Monday Night Raw last night. Dominik Mysterio aligned himself and chose Liv Morgan, still Women's World Champion, over his former mommy, Rhea Ripley. Somewhat shocking turn of events at SummerSlam. Again, it's not something that fans did not see coming. It played out fantastic on TV. And of course, Monday Night Raw, the aftermath. We've got this new version of the Judgment Day. This is just me and this is just my personal opinion. I don't think they should call it the new Judgment Day. I just think it's still the Judgment Day. It's just Damien Priest and Rhea Ripley have been kicked out, just like when Edge was kicked out. It was still the Judgment Day. It is still the Judgment Day. Now we've got Liv Morgan in there instead of Rhea Ripley. Nothing wrong with that. And again, there's a lot of fans out there assuming that, well, Rhea Ripley, Damien Priest, they're now the babyfaces. And the fans want them to be the babyfaces. But, I disagree. I think they had it coming. Damien Priest, for the most part, bullied the entire Judgment Day into assuming the leadership role, especially when he was world champion. He had Finn Balor turning on him, or costing him the world title match at SummerSlam coming. The same thing from last year. Damien Priest, accidentally, yes, but he still cost Finn Balor the world title at last year's SummerSlam. Again, he had it coming. Rhea Ripley. Ripley's taking out Raquel Gonzalez, or Raquel Rodriguez, whatever they're going to call her, once she returns. She took out Liv Morgan, took her out for months. And then when they retaliate, when they pay him with the exact same dose of medicine that had been done before, all of a sudden, now she's a good guy, she's a victim. Again, there's a lot of layers to this storyline. There's a lot that's going to transpire over the next few weeks. And it's going to get interesting. It's going to be really entertaining to see the Judgment Day fend off Rhea Ripley and Damien Priest, because Rhea Ripley and Damien Priest were able to take the quote-unquote leadership role, even though they didn't call themselves leaders, because they are the most overpowering presences in the Judgment Day itself when they were part of the group. And the fans love them. You saw the reaction Damien Priest got. You saw the reactions Rhea Ripley has been getting for well over a year at this point. Again, this rivalry, this feud, everything that's developing here, we saw it coming months in advance, ever since they started playing and toying with the idea of Liv Morgan and Dirty Dominik Mysterio being together, being an item. We saw Finn Balor and JD McDonough benefit from Liv Morgan aligning herself with Dirty Dominik Mysterio. They're the brand new World Tag Team Champions. Carlito joined the Judgment Day because of Dominik Mysterio. A lot of things falling into place when it comes to this stable, and it's gonna entertain wrestling fans for weeks and weeks to come. And even if Dirty Dominik Mysterio didn't align himself with Liv Morgan at SummerSlam, Morgan would have retained the world title, no problem. No doubt about it in my mind, because if Rhea Ripley had won at SummerSlam, it would have been too easy. It would have been one and done. It would have been, well, that's it. There's nothing more else to go towards. There's nothing more to expect from this rivalry. Rhea Ripley beat the living crap out of Liv Morgan. That's it. That's all we needed. That's all mommy needed for her return. It's not that easy. It's not. And again, a lot of you will disagree with me on this fact. Rhea Ripley, Damien Priest, they had it coming. Look at everything that's transpired in the past year, a little bit over a year. They had it coming. And of course, fans are going to love them, and fans are going to cheer for them. Of course, they're being painted as the victims. All I'm saying is go back, revisit history, and again, this is just entertainment. Storylines, ups and downs, twists and turns, plot twists, whatever you want to call them. It works for now. And in my opinion, this rivalry between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, of course involving Dominik Mysterio, and this rivalry that's starting to build up between Damien Priest and Finn Balor have the potential to build all the way into bad blood, which is essentially their main goal as far as the Judgment Day is concerned. That's just my opinion. Overall, again, match, could have done a better job at presenting the differences in their arsenal, the differences in power between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, but overall, I'm happy with the results. I'm happy with what transpired last night on Monday Night Raw, and I'm expecting something else, something different next week on Monday Night Raw. Eventually, Rhea Ripley's going to get her hands on Liv Morgan on Monday Night Raw, and the fans and the crowd is going to pop extremely, extremely big for it. So with that said, what are your thoughts on Dirty Dominik Mysterio choosing Liv Morgan over Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam? What are your thoughts on this new version of the Judgment Day kicking out the Terror Twins of the group, just much like they did 2 years ago with Edge? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. With that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.